When a marriage is trying to recover from betrayal, there are two people in that house who don't feel safe, and they don't feel unsafe about the same thing. He isn't safe from himself. She isn't safe from being blindsided. These are two different problems, and they need two different safety plans. The most common mistakes couples make is building only one plan, his, and assuming that if it holds, she'll start to feel better. She won't. Supporting his recovery is necessary, but it isn't sufficient. It doesn't do anything for her nervous system. So let's take the two definitions of safe separately. His safety is practical. It means, for example, not being alone with electronics access at the hour he's his most vulnerable self. So for him, it's about impediment and distance and time. That's the whole of it. Three things, and all three are mechanical. Mechanical means it doesn't depend on how he's feeling at 11 o'clock. The phone charges in the kitchen, not on the nightstand. He doesn't hold the password to the filter. His sponsor does. Those things work whether he wants them to that night or not. A promise doesn't. Her version of safe is bigger than his, and there's nothing mechanical about it. It doesn't mean the absence of risk. She knows the risk. She isn't naive, and she isn't asking anyone to promise it won't happen again. Nobody can promise her that. What she can know is what stands between him and the phone at 2 a.m. That's what she's after, not the absence of risk, the absence of surprise. Rests on three things. First, predictability, that the activities of the house take place the way they were planned. He said he'd be back at 6, and he's back at 6. He said the phone stays on the counter, and the phone is on the counter. Nothing dramatic, just the world matching the planning of it over and over until she can stop bracing for the version where it doesn't. Then access. What's going on is available to her without her having to dig for it. In practice, that looks like him saying the uncomfortable thing before she has to ask the uncomfortable question. A woman who has to investigate to find out how her own marriage is going isn't safe, no matter how well he's doing that month. Finally, room to move, that she can act on what she's feeling without clearing it with him first. She can leave the conversation. She can say that something isn't all right. She can decline to be reassuring today. If every response she has needs to be routed through how he'll take it, then she's still managing him, and managing him isn't safety. It's labor. And one more, which couples nearly almost always miss. She also needs to be safe from his recovery, not from the fact of it, from the pressure of it. The expectation that she'll be encouraged by the meetings, moved by the honesty, patient with the timeline, glad about the progress. His recovery is a good thing, but it is not her assignment. She's allowed to be unmoved by a good week. Now, here's what catches almost every couple off guard. His plan can start working the day he decides on it. Hers can't. Predictability is made out of repetition, and repetition takes time. There is no version of this where she gets to feel safe on day 4 because he's strung together 4 good days. That isn't her being withholding or punitive. That's how her psyche is constructed. So for a stretch, he'll feel like he's doing everything, and she feels like nothing has changed. And both of them will be right. Knowing that in advance is what keeps it from becoming the next fight, the next disappointment. Keep the two definitions apart. Neither one reduces to the other, and a plan built to serve one of them will not accidentally serve the other. Building the two plans, what actually goes in each one, and the one place they're allowed to touch is the next video. I wish you well.